Hello everyone, happy Wednesday, and we have a lot of weather that is brewing across the country. High pressure is dominating the east and the Great Lakes, causing for some dry and cooler weather. Heat is building in the south and the Great Plains. Severe weather is expected in the Midwest, and dry, hot weather is still happening in the west. Along with that, we have Hurricane Ernesto that could become a major hurricane. So once again, Ernesto is our top story for today. So currently, it is just barely a hurricane at 75 miles per hour. But the system could become a major hurricane like the National Hurricane Center is forecasting, and there are hurricane watches in for Bermuda. This could be devastating to Bermuda if it does hit Bermuda head on. Looking at our current satellite, it looks like Ernesto looks a lot more like a hurricane than our video on Monday. So as you can see, it is swirling away, and it is being impacted by some dry air, which is why you don't see as many clouds on the left side of the system. But it should be able to overcome that and then maybe become a major hurricane. Looking at all of our possible tracks on the system, it should stay well away from the East Coast, but do remember rip currents are a big risk. Watch my video that's on the top right of the screen after this if you do want to learn some about the rip current risk with Ernesto specifically. But looking at this, it shouldn't impact any land besides Bermuda. It could impact Newfoundland, but probably not. It will probably be extratropical by then and quite weak. But it should be at peak or just after peak intensity whenever it nears Bermuda. So if you are in Bermuda, which I would be really surprised, definitely stay updated. And looking at our peak intensity, it looks like most models are showing a high-end Cat 2 or a low Cat 3. Cat 3 would be major. So right there are all your possible strengths of Ernesto. And Ernesto is not the only thing to worry about because we are just entering peak season, and this is a graphic I would like to show you. So this is the chance of tropical development in the next couple weeks. So this is next week, so August 21st to August 27th. So this dashed area right over there, that is a greater than 20% chance. The non-dashed red is greater than 40% chance of a tropical storm. So as you can see, we definitely will have multiple waves coming off of Africa, and every single one of these has a chance of hitting the United States as a hurricane. And then we have an even stronger wave coming next week, which is August 28th to September 3rd. Now this one, that dark red, is a greater than 60% chance of a tropical storm, which means we almost definitely will have a tropical storm August 28th to September 3rd in the main development region and heading towards the United States. So no reason to be scared right now. This could go away from the United States, but it also could hit the United States, so be sure to stay updated. Our other big story is that we could have a cool down for the East Coast relatively soon. So if you look at the Euro model, this is the jet stream, and as you can see, we have a big jet stream that builds right over the East Coast around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Also looking at the Euro model, this is Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Thursday the 22nd. So these are our low temperatures at 8 a.m. As you can see, places like North Carolina are 65, places like Pennsylvania are 55. So this could do some very nice cooling. I'm sure it'll be amazing if this does actually happen. And even 66 reaching southern Mississippi. So these are low temperatures, keep in mind. We also have a big story today that is developing right now. As this video is coming out, this threat is increasing. We do have a tornado threat and a hail threat today in these areas. So Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska, areas like Omaha need to be on high alert. There is a 5% tornado risk, which doesn't seem like much, but that's because there should only be a couple cells that pop up, and all of them have a chance of producing a tornado. But the main threat with this is hail. We could see some very large hail from any of these cells. And keep in mind, we still do have a prominent wind risk with this. And then for tomorrow, this risk shifts to Missouri and Illinois, where we have a wind and hail risk. The tornado risk right now is pretty low, but still tornadoes are a possibility. And then for Friday, that risk is still there for wind and hail, and it is extending from Mississippi all the way up to Michigan. Tomorrow, we could probably see another marginal risk, including most of the East Coast states. But that marginal risk will be for Saturday. So lots of severe weather coming up. Let's look at your high temperatures for the next week. So starting on today, as you can see, the South and the Plains are in the 100s, so that is not nice. But also the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast and the Ohio Valley and Great Lake areas are cooling down. We got areas like Minnesota in the 70s for the high temperatures. Areas like New York in the 80s for high temperatures. all the way down to South Carolina in the 80s for high temperatures. Tomorrow, Thursday, we are starting to heat up in the southern and mid-latitudes back to the 90s. Friday, much of the same. Saturday, it is also much of the same, but you can also see this trough is starting to develop. Now for Sunday, you can see this trough is a lot more prominent in the Northeast and the Great Lakes. As you can see, high temperatures in New York in the 70s. But the rest of the US is still pretty hot. Then for Monday, as you can see, still pretty cool in the Northeast and the Great Lakes. But it is still very hot in the South. And our normal, but a little bit cooler temperatures in the West. And for Tuesday, it is basically the exact same as Monday. So looking at next week over here, so we have Thursday the 22nd through Wednesday the 28th. So as you can see, we have the below normal temperatures over there near the Great Lakes. And the areas that I was talking about, like the plains, the west, and the south, are heating up a lot. That right there is around 70 to 80% chance of above normal temperatures in Texas and New Mexico. And then looking at that same range, Thursday to Wednesday next week, for precipitation, nothing really stands out. A little bit below normal in the middle longitudes of the United States and above normal in the east and west. But that is really all. I hope you did enjoy this weather report. And if you do have any questions or helpful criticism, be sure to tell me in the comments below. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!